Hello, beach friends. Today, we're going to continue our adventure from last week when we kayaked out to the 10,000 Islands exploring sandbars and islands looking for seashells. Now, we've already picked up about 1 billion sand dollars and sunray Venus shells while we were exploring the sandbars off Dickman's Island. But now we've moved on over to Kais Island and we'll continue to walk this uninhabited island looking for creatures, seashells, and any other beachy goodness we might come upon. If you're ready to explore this island and see some beautiful Gulf Coast scenery, let's go to the beach. Okay, before we get started, I just wanted to remind everybody that this is a part 2 video. If you would like to see part 1, go ahead and click that little link in the upper right corner. But for everybody who's already seen that, we're going to continue exploring Kais and see what kind of goodies we find. Looks like we have a lettered olive. It's a little bit lettery. Got some M's and W's on there. Okay, that is a juvenile Florida fighting conch. The juveniles seem to have beautiful colors. Actually, the big ones do too, but the little ones, a little more variation in the patterns. Really pretty. Oh, here we have a banded tulip. Excellent, packed full of sand, so that means it is good to take home. No critters in there. Looks like I found another partially buried. This is also a banded tulip, also packed full of sands and shells and whatnot. Awesome. And another. Hey, if they're here, you might as well get them. I don't know when I'm going to see them again, so pick up as many pretty shells as I can. Oh, this one was really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? So that is a calico scallop, and that beach stuff, that's a particular kind that will pick right off. No problem. So that is a rather lovely calico scallop. Here's another scallop. This is a bay scallop. It's a little, I'm not worried about the condition. I can see right through all that. I see the beauty behind the slime. So here we have 2 more calico varieties. On the top, that is a calico scallop, and on the bottom, that is a calico clam. And here is a Gulf oyster drill. I know it looks a lot like that ribbed cantharus. I kind of go on and on about that. Not a mauve mouth drill. So this is a Gulf oyster drill. They usually stay just about that size, rather on the small size. And here we have a rather, looks like, I would say old, beat up, and green apple murex. Probably not a keeper. And my favorite place to shell is near the water, so I'm kind of going back and forth, looking to see what might be out here. I don't see a whole lot. Doing pretty good on the beach, but I'd like to at least check the water. Got ourselves a 5-hole keyhole sand dollar by making our trek over here. Okay, here we have a moon snail that appears to be probably a false shark eye, rather. I'm going to talk about that in the future. I'm still kind of working out this whole moon snail shark eye thing. Now look at that weird thing. I've only ever found one other one of these. This is a thick buttercup lucine. I know it's not really beautiful or anything, but I'm interested in anything I haven't seen before. I think that's only the second one I've ever found. So to me, it's a little bit interesting. And there is another lettered olive. That one's actually quite big. It's got decent markings on there, so that's a cool find. Oh, and another banded tulip. Luckily, I found plenty I can keep, but this one is not a keeper. It is inhabited, and I wanted to see, so I sped this up a little bit. Now, don't blink. He's going to pop out. That was it. That was it. So he's not going to come out, he or she is not going to come out and give us a little show or anything. So don't like to harass the wildlife. Just want to see if they're going to come say hi. That's all we got. And out there you can kind of see there's some sheep's head fish out there, the ones with the black stripes on it. And we are still looking. I'm really kind of hoping in the water I'm going to see a piece of a lightning whelk, a big Florida conch, something big. So I'm just kind of checking out anything I think might be interesting. All right, here we have a really, really beat up crown conch. So that is not something I'm going to keep, but that is what it is. And here we have another banded tulip with beach stuff. That particular beach stuff does come right off. Just like that. Kind of just picks off. You don't need to do all that much work. It all depends on the kind of beach stuff, but that beach stuff comes off easy. And here we have a little top snail. This particular kind of top snail is called a jujube top snail. They're usually empty. I've only actually ever seen one that was alive. And here we have just this massive shell pile. I should have laid down and done a shell angel, just kind of show you the outline. Probably wouldn't have been all that comfortable, but I still think it would have been funny. Next time, I'll have to remember that for next time. So just kind of taking a little bit of a closer peek as to what we have here. It's mostly the common stuff, mostly arcs, although there was a lump of something I wanted to check out. Yeah, that's the lump. That is a lightning whelk, or what is left of a lightning whelk. And not a keeper for me, so we're just going to keep exploring and seeing what else we can discover. All right, looks like I discovered a lightning whelk and another banded tulip. All sorts of stuff going on there, and I figure, you know what, I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it. I'll worry about it later. And got another banded tulip, so very cool. One's a little bit questionable. We'll see. We'll just see how that turns out. And another top snail. That is another jujube top snail. It is kind of missing its top of the top snail. That is what that is called. Okay, here is wacky. Now look, see that right there? I recognize it. I know it's a moon snail, but it is not sitting on the ground. It is elevated. It is impaled, for lack of a better word, on one of these little tree roots by the drill hole that's in it. So I thought that was really kind of weird, having this moon snail here, which appears that's probably a regular shark eye that was impaled on a root. You never know what you're going to find. Another banded tulip. Now that one's a little bit older. You can kind of see there's pores in it, and that's when another creature, maybe a boring sponge or something, got a hold of it and kind of sucks out all the good minerals that it wants. Oh, okay. That is a lovely apple murex. Fantastic color. That's in really great shape. A very nice find. And a lettered olive. That's relatively lettery. It's not albino, but that's okay. Oh, that one's really kind of cool. Kind of got those triangles on it. They're all different. Every single one is different. They're dark, they're light. I do have a hankering for an albino, so I'm on the hunt for one of those. And that is another juvenile fighting conch. You can kind of see the pattern under there. They have really, really, really cool patterns. The fighting conch. All right, another moon snail. And we're going to take, all right, that again, I'm pretty sure that is a shark eye. Not a false shark eye. Either way, they are all moon snails. And I'm just trying to untangle the whole shark eye, false shark eye thing. More to come. Another banded tulip. It's so hard to find those. See the aperture? It's kind of broken. The opening of the shell or the aperture, they're so hard to find. Now check this out, okay? This little beat up crown conch, but I don't know if you notice where I picked it up from. I picked it up from inside of this hinged spiny jewel box. So finding a hinged spiny jewel box is always really cool. I do not find them very often. Pretty excited about that tulip and that hinged spiny jewel box. So just to kind of give you reference of where I'm rooting around, it's mostly in that area with the little stubs. Periodically I go out there to the water just to make sure that there's nothing out there I'm missing. Some kind of zigging and zagging. Okay, a broken banded tulip. Oh, another apple murex. Very cool. And another, oh, now that one's not broken, a very nice banded tulip. What are we gonna find? All right, another banded tulip. And while we're here, heck, might as well get this. It's yet another. Yep, pack full of sand. That's awesome. And another, that is also a juvenile fighting conch. That is a ponderous arc. Those are one of those arcs I kind of say they're everywhere, along with this one. That's a crossbarred Venus. They are very, very common. That is an oyster. And here's one of those Florida fighting conchs. It looks like we got a couple of keepers. Let's see what else. Oh, a very nice fighting conch. Excellent. That's in great shape. Nice orange color on the underneath. And hold on to that. Let's check out this calico scallop. Yep, lovely. And another banded tulip with a broken aperture. I guess I have enough of those. I'll leave that for somebody else. Ah, all right, that one's broken. That's a lightning whelk. So there's some days if I'm finding, just depending on what I'm finding, I really just change what I keep depending on what's on the beach. So here's a bubble. It's a little bubble shell. And another banded tulip. Tell you what, they're pretty, I feel like they're really easy to find over here in Marco and Kais, but over on Sanibel, Fort Myers Beach, they're a little bit more rare, at least lately. Oh, very nice. So that is another moon snail, but that is a colorful moon snail, also known as a gaudy nautica. Here is another moon snail of the questionable variety. Yeah, it's a moon snail. It's a shark eye or a false shark eye. Not really sure which. But it's a moon snail. And that is a banded tulip. Oh, nice size. All right. The opening is a little bit chewed up, but still, that is a lovely banded tulip. Oh, I spy a bay scallop. Now stick around with me. We're going to clean up one of these. I'm going to dip it in acid, and I'm going to show you how awesome those shells turn out. So hang around to the very end. Another lovely banded tulip. Awesome. Clearly don't have enough of, haven't found enough of those today. All right, a lightning whelk. All right, cool. I'm gonna hold on to that one. Great color. And another banded tulip. Still tiptoeing through the tulips. Oh yeah, that one's great. Fantastic lightning whelk and banded tulip. Here's another one of our little lettered olive friends, and another, and I see another piece of a banded tulip buried there. Let's see, that one looks like it has a hole in it. That one might not make its way back to me. And apparently I found something else kind of sticking out. Yep, another banded tulip, pack full of sand, a very sandy banded tulip. Oh, very pretty. Oh, yeah. It's really, really hard to find them with that aperture intact, so that's a great find. And another. Again, that beach stuff, yep, that picks right off. No problem. Another moon snail. This is one of those colorful moon snails. Very cool. So it was definitely worth the effort to kayak over here. It is just lovely, kind of exploring this place on my own. And I've been doing a bunch of yammering, so I'm going to go ahead and let you have some time all to yourself here on this beautiful island. All right, and here we have a critter because there is a snail still in this shell. So this is a live Florida fighting conch. It is a snail, so they move really, really slow. I was going to see if it wanted to come out and say hi, but we have a bunch of island to explore. We have some shells to find, so we'll just say hi to this little creature and we'll be on our way. Big old duck clam. So that is a channeled duck clam, also known as a sailor's ear or an elephant ear. They're rather thin. They're not like big old chunky quahogs. They're a little bit thin. Here's another moon snail of the colorful variety. So this is another one of those gaudy nauticas, or a colorful moon snail. What else has caught my eye? A cone. Cones are always really cool to find. This one is a little chewed up, but that is a Florida cone. Nice. And another, okay, that I'm going to say is a shark eye. So that, my friends, is another moon snail, but that is a shark eye. All right, just kind of looking what caught my eye. Another one of those moon snails. Now, sometimes you're looking for colors and shapes. All right, he or she's a little bit beat up, but still. And more olives. Those are very easy to pick out. The shape, sometimes they're very shiny. That's another gaudy nautica. And if you hold it like that, you can't really see that it's broken. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that. Oh, and here we have, that's a crown conch, the big one all the way to the right. That little one in the middle is a Florida fighting conch, a little tiny one. And then that other one is a ribbed cantharus. So this is a ribbed cantharus. I don't know if you noticed, looks just like that Gulf oyster drill we picked up earlier. Yeah. And I really like knowing what I'm finding, like this Florida cone, which is why I'm kind of doing that whole shark eye, false shark eye thing. But that right there, that is a Florida cone. And that is an apple murex, super pretty apple murex. Oh, and this is unfortunate. That's what this is. That is a lightning whelk. That has probably been sitting here for a while. Been passed up by another couple of people. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and take that bay scallop. Another cone. Right, that is another Florida cone. Its color's okay. If it's got great color, it's going to have like oranges and yellows. Wow, okay, so on the top, we have a banded tulip, followed by the next one, which is an apple murex. Also has a drill hole in it. There's another colorful moon snail, and on the bottom, spiny jewel box. Another cone. All right, that one at least has a little bit of color to it. Very nice Florida cone. Okay, another multiples. We got a banded tulip, gorgeous scallop, calico scallop, and another colorful moon snail. Doing great on the colors. Oh, a lace murex. And it's so crazy. I had come here and look at the size of that gaudy nautica. Awesome. But I had come here and I found tons of lace murex. It's weird. I'm only finding one or two here and there. Look at that, guys. That is an albino lace murex. So I love my albinos, love my weird shells. That's an albino lace, and it's awesome. I know it has a little barnacle on it. Totally not worried about that. Super fine, super duper. Another little cone. Wow, that's a nutmeg. I've never seen one that dark. Almost no white at all. What I got? Little tiny horse conch, it looks like. Yep. So that is a little itty bitty horse conch. Now there's two more gaudy nauticas. I know the colors don't match each other. That one in the front, some of them just have a weird color to them. So those are both colorful moon snails. One's just a little more weird than the other. And that's an apple murex. A little bit of beach stuff on it, but I'm going to say it's passable. I'm going to go ahead and keep that. And another jujube top snail. It's kind of missing a little bit of the outside on top, but that is okay. Ooh, yay! Nice orange Florida horse conch. Very cool. And that is another one of those ribbed cantharuses. Would be canthari, but anyway, it's an orange ribbed cantharus. So that is yet another weird example. And here we have a banded tulip next to a lettered olive on top of a gaudy nautica. Yep, It is gorgeous. And I am so sad because my work here is done. As it turns out, I had a couple technical difficulties, and it was right about here my battery died. I had been keeping an eye on it, and I knew I was losing it. My cord didn't work. I had my extra batteries, but I'm going to go ahead and make lemonade with lemons, and I'm going to show you a couple of the things that I found I wasn't able to record on the island. Look, we found this cool gaudy nautica. All right, it's also a colorful moon snail. So that's kind of fun. And oh, what do we have here? A sunray Venus clam. All right, kind of cool. It's got okay markings. I've seen them better. Really clean though. So that's a sunray Venus shell. And what do we have here? Oh, another one of those ribbed cantharus shells. We've talked a little bit about those today. All right, so this is definitely not as much fun as picking them up on the beach, but what I did was I kept the ones to the side. So these are all separate. These are all ones I found after my battery died. So a couple of sunray Venuses, a couple more horse conchs, a little paper fig. So that's kind of fun. And what else am I going to show you? This top snail, another one of those jujube top snails. There's those ribbed cantharus. I do love those little shells. They only get about that big. That's it. So that's the ribbed cantharus. And then the gaudy nautica, which we know. And then look at this little guy. That's a jasper cone. That's pretty cool. Again, those are little shells. It's only going to get so big. And this was the first time I ever found a short spine sea star that I could keep. It was clearly way past. There was no saving that little critter. So I'm going to hold on to that, see if I can get that to dry out okay. And then look at this flat. I got over to my kayak and the flat was just sitting right there. So these are all the things I wasn't able to share with you finding while I was out actually physically on the island, but I figured I'd share them with you separately. So here's the haul. Holy cow. There was a mountain of sand dollars. There were so many. There's that little sea star. And then there was also tons of the sunray Venus. I'm particularly fond of that pink one in the middle there. Some calico clams. We did get some Florida horse conchs, some top snails, some Florida cones, lightning whelks, a turkey wing, a bunch of apple murex. Olives were fantastic. A couple of those Florida fighting conchs. Lots of great scallops. And then mountains of the banded tulips, lots of really cool moon snails too. We got the colorful moon snails, the shark eyes, the false shark eyes. And then my favorites were the albino lace murex, that flat, the true tulip from last week, the big old gaudy, the hinged spiny jewel box. It was just really, really fun. Now, I told you to hang around to the end because we're going to clean up a couple of shells. So here on the left is a true tulip. I was wondering what would happen. And then on the right is a bay scallop. So I dipped these in acid and voila, the bay scallop came out fantastic. That really came out great. True tulip, it is what it is. So that color is just going to be a little off. I don't find them often, so I'm going to keep them anyway. And then just for fun, I wanted to show you that stuff that was on this flat scraped off pretty easy. So just wanted to kind of show you. So guys, that was so fun. Patreons, a big old thank you to you so very much for financially supporting me when I go out and I drive and I pay for parking and all these other good things. And everybody else, just thank you for coming along. I appreciate you taking the time to come with me to the beach. I had a ton of fun kayaking around. Next trip, we're going to another island. We're going to Cayo Costa. So I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you again next Sunday.